today I'm driving the 2023 Mazda 2 individual. Now this does compete in a very competitive segment, which is with the VW Polo, Renault Clio, Ford Fiesta and the likes. But does the Mazda 2 have what it takes to compete in that segment? You better stay tuned to find out. Welcome back to the AutoAdvisor channel. My name is Murali and today we're driving the 2023 Mazda 2 individual. Now this is finished in polymetal grey and I do quite like this color. I think it gives the vehicle a really nice sporty feel to it. So on the front of the vehicle you've got auto leveling headlamps. These are LED headlamps. You've got a nice grille with this red finish here, which I quite like. I'm not sure if this is the notification that this is the individual spec, but it gives the vehicle a little bit of a sporty feel, and there is some nice touches on the interior as well, which I'll take you through shortly. Coming around the side of the vehicle, you get 16-inch rims. These are two-tone, so it's a black and silver finish, and these are wrapped in Dunlop tires. Now these are 16 inches, and one of the things that I can mention is that a 16-inch tire would be more expensive than a 17-inch tire because it is not as common as a 17-inch. So under the bonnet, you've got a 4-cylinder, 16-valve, 1.5-liter motor. It develops a modest 85 kilowatts and 148 newton meters of torque, and it's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. So at the rear of the vehicle, you'll notice you've got this black shark fin at the top. You've got your rear brake light. You've also got your tail lights as well as your Mazda 2 badging. And at the bottom, you've got this black finishing as well as this red as the front grille, and you've got this chrome tail pieces. In addition to that, you'll also notice that there is this carbon fiber finish on the roof, which does give it a far more sporty look, you know, finished with these black bits around the vehicle. And in this color, I think it adds a nice contrast and gives the vehicle a bit more of a sporty feel. So in the boot, not the biggest of boots in the Mazda 2, you get 280 liters of boot space with your seats folded upright. If you drop the seats down, you can open up 950 liters of boot space, and you also get a biscuit spare tire as well as your triangle kit and your jack. All right, so I'm in the rear of the Mazda 2. There is a bit of headroom for me. I am 1.8 and there is a little bit of space behind my legs, not too much though. This is my driving position, so I think a lot of people should be able to manage behind a driver in the Mazda 2. And then you've got this pouch behind your passenger seat. You also get electric windows in the rear, and I think not a bad space to be in. So on the interior, I mean, it's quite a comfortable space, really well put together, and it feels quite well built. I think this is one of the things I really like about this Mazda 2. I mean, you've got this nice soft touch Alcantara finishes here with some plastics as well as some carbon fiber finishes. It is very well put together, and I think very comfortable place to be at. You're getting your automatic air conditioning. You've got two USB ports at the bottom here, as well as a space for SD card. You've also got an aux input. You've got your switch for sport and normal transmission. You've also got your controller here where you can control your radio as well as navigation. In addition to that, you've also got access to a volume control button, and then just overall communications for your display. So on the driver's door, you've got your driver window control settings as well as the ability to control your mirrors. You've also got this nice carbon fiber finishes. So from the driver's seat, you've got a nice leather steering wheel, multifunction steering controls. So you've got your sound controls on this side, which is the left-hand side. So volume up and down. You've also got your ability to skip tracks, and then you've got your ability to take a phone call using the Bluetooth hands-free system. And on the right hand side, you've got your cruise control settings. So on the interior, you've got a 7-inch display screen. You've also got the ability to control it via the Mazda Connect system. And then you've got your basic applications, which are Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You've got the ability to go into your entertainment, which is your media or radio, or you can connect your phone to the vehicle with the Bluetooth hands-free system. You've also got navigation, and then you've got just some vehicle settings. You know, I do like some of these red finishes around the vehicle, as well as this Alcantara kind of finish, as well as these little carbon fiber bits around the vehicle and around the cabin. It does give the vehicle a bit more of a sporty feel, you know, bringing that sportiness from the exterior into the interior with a lot of these red bits and black bits around the vehicle. It just gives the vehicle a far more better feel. Alright, so what's it like to drive the Mazda 2? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, to be quite honest. I quite like just the build quality in the Mazda 2. Feels really good to me, and it isn't the quickest car, and we already know that. It is quite efficient, and I've been averaging about 8 liters, which is really not bad, but I mean not the greatest as well. And I think, you know, I do generally not tend to put a lot of effort into my driving style, and I think if I'm able to achieve 8, I think a lot of people will be able to do better than that, because I put absolutely zero effort into the way I drive. I always quite like the Mazda 2. I think this is really an unsung hero. At the end of the day, I think that the Mazda 2 is a really good product, and I think it's really well put together by Mazda, just offering the consumer some alternatives. And I mean, you can see that there is a lot of Mazda 2s on the road. I mean, the engine is really, it's a good engine. You've got a good transmission. I mean, you know, if you do put a bit of strain on it, you will feel that transmission kind of taking a bit of strain, but overall, you know, it does get the vehicle going. So the only things that feel a little bit dated to me on this Mazda 2 is this infotainment system and the instrument cluster. I mean, Mazda hasn't updated this in a long time, and I'm hoping that on the next generation, you know, we'll definitely see some updates. You don't really feel like, you know, you're in the bottom of the segment in this vehicle. And just a good product by Mazda. So if you want to get into the Mazda 2 range, you can opt for the Mazda 2 Active, which starts at 307,000 Rand. And if you want to get the top spec, it's going to set you back 398,000 Rand. Now I would much rather put an additional 30,000 Rand and try and get into a Mazda CX-3, which will be a bit more versatile and offer you a bit more value for your money.